Welcome to the open session of the Peralta Community College District Board of Trustees meeting. I'm calling the meeting to order at 6:16 p.m. Cindy Napoli-Bella-Reese will be joining us in the boardroom in just a few minutes. And so until then, we will go ahead and get started with our agenda. 3.2, Pledge of Allegiance. Dr. McKinley, would you be happy to do that for us?
Sure, I'd be happy to. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and go to 3.3, our roll call. Sasha?
Student trustee Hogan?
Yes.
Student trustee Cooper?
Here.
Trustee Withrow?
Yes.
Trustee Jenkins?
Here.
Trustee Handy?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez-Ewan?
Right here.
Trustee Bonilla? Absent. Trustee Delphine Polk?
Here.
Trustee Napoli-Bella-Reese?
Here.
Beautiful.
Great, thank you very much. We will go to 3.4, the affirmation of the statement of cooperation. I'll read it from our agenda. Over the course of the last 2 years, we, the PCCD Board of Trustees, have been engaging in a process of reflection to improve our effectiveness as a board. As a result, we've conducted a critical review of our work over the last several years through a formal self-evaluation and established meaningful goals. The Peralta Board has adopted a statement of cooperation that codifies our commitment to set the bar for excellence in governance in the community college leadership and to lead by example for our Peralta colleges. The full statement of cooperation is attached to this agenda, but in summary, we have committed to 1, build trust and seek to understand each other, 2, to be prepared and to follow good governance and ethical protocols, and 3, model the behavior that we want others to exhibit. We therefore commit to honoring and upholding these commitments in words and in action. 3.5, reports of action taken in closed session. I don't believe we have anything to report.
No, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Sasha. 3.6, approval of the agenda. Can I entertain a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Move approval.
Great, first and second. Roll call.
Student trustee Hogan?
Yes.
Student trustee Cooper?
Yes.
Trustee Withrow?
Yes.
Trustee Jenkins?
Yes.
Trustee Handy?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez-Ewan?
Yes.
Trustee Bonilla? Oh, absent. Trustee Delphine Polk?
Yes,
Trustee Napoli-Bella-Reese?
Yes.
Motion passes.
thank you very much. 3.7, approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion?
Move for approval.
Thank you. Second,
Second.
thank you. Trustee Withrow, roll call.
Student trustee Hogan?
Yes.
Student trustee Cooper?
Yes.
Trustee Withrow?
Yes.
Trustee Jenkins?
Yes.
Trustee Handy?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez-Ewan?
Yes.
Trustee Delphine Polk?
Yes,
Trustee Napoli-Bella-Reese?
Yes.
Motion passes.
thank you very much. Next, 3.8, associated student government reports. Do we have anybody in the room?
Yes, ma'am. We have Harry and Mapadal. Hold on one moment. He has been moved over.
Great. Go ahead, Harry.
Oh, thank you. Good evening, members of the board, chancellor, and guests. As this will be my last report, I'd like to reflect on the accomplishments the Aspcc board has achieved this academic year. The Aspcc has funded a great number of clubs and Aspcc events throughout the academic year, from movie nights, karaoke, crafting, all the way to MRI talks, robotics workshops, and construction competitions. With the campus being open this semester, it gave us the opportunity to connect with students more and make more student activities. From the get-go, we filled participatory governance posts from top to bottom and in multiple committees to cultivate student-faculty communication. And the Honor Council, a committee formed by students with the sole purpose of increasing online proctoring transparency, has evolved to become an important pillar to educate students from learning resources and aid, and to mitigate academic dishonesty with the partnership of faculty. This year's student body election turnout was also terrific. Many students exercised their vote. And with AC Transit being on the ballot this year, Aspcc coordinated alongside our sister AS governments to successfully raise student awareness in all Peralta campuses on how transformational the system would be for students. And we're pleased to say that the students voted yes for AC Transit. And that next year, BCC will also have a packed student council, and we'll also have a BCC student ambassador who will be representing students as a student trustee. And big thank you to all the students and clubs for their persistent effort in cultivating activities at BCC all semester, and to the faculty for educating and inspiring us week by week. And BCC has really truly shaped me and given me all these opportunities to step out of my comfort zone. And I'm truly, really appreciative of all these opportunities in terms of learning, leadership, and organization. And it's really, all these experiences are truly what I'll take throughout my career, no matter where I go. And I really appreciate everyone at BCC. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's great to hear from you. Sasha, do we have any other student government leaders?
No, I don't see anybody's hands raised to report out. I don't see Karen Torres.
If you're a student leader, could you raise your hand in the chat, please? So we can hear your report.
No hands raised.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and move to the 3.9 Peralta Classified Senate Report. Terrence?
Hey, good evening. Can everybody hear me? Great. Okay. Good evening, President Reese, Vice President Delphin Polk, members of the Board of Trustees, Chancellor Jackson, presidents and guests. Tonight we have 3 classified Senate campus reports. The first report comes from the Berkeley City College Classified Senate. On Wednesday, May 25th, BCC is hosting an end of the year luncheon to honor all the hard work that classified professionals, faculty, and students have demonstrated this year. This is an exciting opportunity to come together for food, fun, and be in community with one another. The Classified Senate leadership is working on a summer retreat to further support professional development of classified staff and encourage participation and shared governance activities that support the needs and growth of all classified professionals. The agenda will also include financial literacy and planning, goals for the next academic year, and some collaborative activities, and of course, great refreshments. The second report comes from the Merritt College Classified Senate. Elections for the Merritt College Classified Senate have commenced. The election period is from May 25th through May 31st. Appointments to the Senate will be announced June 1st. The Merritt College Classified Senate would like to take the time to congratulate the class of 2022. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your educational journey, and we wish the best to all of the graduating class as they embark in their future endeavors and beyond. The third report comes from the Laney College Classified Senate. Laney's employee appreciation was held on Friday, May 20th. Lewis Thrower received the Classified Professional of the Year We Rise Award, which recognizes individual employees who commit to our mission and vision by going above and beyond the day-to-day job duties and exemplifying our adopted values. Lewis has been an absolute treasure, helping students with tech issues, accessing Canvas, basically every aspect that has become a barrier to student enrollment and success. He goes above and beyond in making sure he connects with each student and is available to them. Classified professionals also received years of service certificates, recognizing their time at Laney and Peralta Colleges, which varied from 5 to 30 years of service, with our own Ken Tran being recognized for 30 years of service. Finally, as the spring semester comes to a close and commencement ceremonies begin to celebrate the success of our students, we applaud all classified professionals for a job well done. Regardless of whether you work directly or indirectly with students, please know that when they succeed, we succeed. This spring semester has been rough for Laney classified professionals. In times like these, we like to turn to the words of Maya Angelou for inspiration. I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. On a personal note, on behalf of all Peralta classified professionals, we celebrate the class of 2022 and wish them great success. That is the end of the campus reports. Thank you very much for your continued support of the Peralta Classified Senate.
Thank you very much, Terrence. Let's move to 3.10, District Academic Senate. Donald Moore, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much. President Abis, my apologies. Abella Reese, members of the board, Chancellor Jackson, guests. As many of you know, as the other people have noted, we're in finals and graduation is upon us. And I know that the trustees will be attending whatever online one, or waving from a car, or standing on the side of the street waving, or whatever different activity is at each of the different campuses. I hope, as I wish that many of you probably wish, that we will maybe next year have true graduations for our students who so deserve it. But the fact that they are getting their certificates and their degrees, as well as transferring, that gives us great joy. So on the part of faculty, I think you'll see a number of faculty out there celebrating their students' accomplishments. So we look forward to that. Today, there was a district-wide tenure reception, and I thought that went well in the hot, sweltering heat of the paved parking lot, but it did go well. And next year, I hope we do it probably a little bit earlier in the semester, probably the first board meeting in May or so, I think would probably be a more appropriate time. So we could truly provide everybody the kind of celebration. Unfortunately, with finals here, I don't know if all of the faculty were able to attend. I like to thank all of the folks for having a good year. Again, we didn't have as many people on campuses as we probably should have. Our students are being helped while online. A number of them continue to get COVID and have to bow out or try to catch up late. So I do hope that those issues will lessen. But again, they have recourses here at Peralta. And so as they finish up, please support them. And we hope to see everybody come August when we start this new year. My hope is that regardless of a new surge or not, we know how to do our protocols. So my hope is that in the fall, we could come back and have face-to-face meetings with governance groups as well as activities on campus. And so it's been a very, very trying couple of years. And I know anytime I get an opportunity of seeing my fellow faculty, staff, and administrators, it brings me great joy. So today I'm outside here because we're finishing up on a DAS retreat. And in August 17th, Wednesday, we are going to be having our fall plenary for Peralta, and we hope that all of our faculty could come to our event. We're going to try to do a hybrid. We'll see how that works. But we're really looking and interested in all of the different issues that are going on statewide, and trying to ensure that all of the different issues are ultimately going to be addressed, and the issues that are here in Peralta. We need to improve our governance processes by linking the college governance processes to the district-wide governance processes. And I know that the chancellor shares that view, and that we are going to be moving in the fall through our PBIM process and making those changes. So I'd like to thank the chancellor for recognizing what are those different issues that are out there and moving forward. And I hope that next year we could have a committee that nominates or appoints people to the emeritus status, because as the classified president noted, there are a number of people here, whether staff, faculty, administrators, or board members, who have had really exemplary tenure here at Peralta, and we should recognize them in some kind of way. And I hope that we could get a committee together that is made up of all of the different constituency groups that are part of the AP, and we have a truly great celebration of our people who have given so much to Peralta. So I'd like to end on that note, and hope that everybody is going to have a wonderful summer break for those of you who are taking breaks. And for those of you who are not, I will see you around. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Donald. Let's go ahead and move to 3.11, public communication. Sasha?
Yes, ma'am. Anybody who has a public comment, please raise your hand. I know that there's 3 from the. There we go. All right, I'm moving them over now.
Seeing some hands.
Got John Beam, I've got Robert Crowley, and I've got Shauna.
Okay, great.
Am I on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Robert Crowley, and I am the head track and field coach of our women's track and field program over at Laney College. This past weekend, we just got back from LA where we returned from the 3C2A state championship meet. It was the first time that our program had been there since 2018, and the first time we had somebody representing us in the throws since 2013. I want to really highlight Shona Christensen. She was the one, she placed third in the state for shot put. She also placed fourth in Northern California the week before in the Northern California championship meet. Her and her brother are signed up to speak tonight. And I think they're both great representatives for our athletic department and all the athletic departments within the Peralta Community College District. Shona and Joseph are good representatives because they come from a household where they have parents that are small business owners running a small business, and they need a ton of support from coaches, support staff, counselors, tutors, and both of them have done a phenomenal job receiving scholarships, getting their AA degrees. I know Joseph is going to talk later about receiving 3 AA degrees. And I just think they're great representatives of why it's an awesome opportunity to invest in our athletics. If you look at our track team, over half of our athletes are first-time college students, and several of the athletes that we're recruiting right now are going to be first-time college students who are, stepping into college and can't go home to parents that understand, what it takes to get a college degree. And so the support that we're able to give them is really investing in our community. If we continue to invest in athletics, we're investing in our immediate community and setting up our students for success. And our students are the lifeblood of our colleges, and athletics puts them in the biggest stage to represent our college to the community and the surrounding communities. This is the last thing I'll say. It was really cool to be at the state meet where our college was on display in front of thousands of people. This was down at Mount San Antonio College. It's the biggest track meet of the year. There were, like I said, thousands of people there, other programs there, and coaches there. And Shona was an incredible representative for Laney College. She's now kind of famous among the throws community within community college. She was literally walking around the stadium and people were yelling at her to take pictures and say hello. And I just think, it would be great for everybody to listen to them today as they talk about their experience within the athletic department as Laney, because they've been phenomenal from their 4 years, from the time they came to Laney, enduring a pandemic, and now thriving and getting their college degrees paid for, which is what our goal is for our student athletes when they come to Laney. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Rob. Trustees, Chancellor Jackson, my name is John Beam. I'm the athletic director at Laney College. You've heard me speak before, and I talk about hope and opportunity because that's what we provide. And Shona and Jojo are a prime example of that. But before I get there, I want to point out that Rob, who just spoke, just got tenure. And I missed it, but he's a prime example of what it's all about, right? He started here as a part-timer. He worked as classified, like Terrence, worked himself up to become a tenured faculty and did a phenomenal job of supporting our students throughout the pandemic and as well as a coach. I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Shona and Jojo because when they came here, they were dreamers. They were adopted from Western Samoa and came here and kind of didn't have a place to go. And when we talk about athletics, we always talk about for every athlete that we recruit, that 4 come in additional. So we recruited Jojo to come to Laney to play football. But Shona, as a good sister, twin, came to support Jojo just to help ride the BART with him every day. And Rob saw her there every day at practice at football, said, hey, why don't you come out for track? And he kind of convinced her to come out. Well, because she came out, she's now the Northern California shot put champion and an All-American. Think about that. This is a woman that was just kind of coming to go to school to help her brother. And now she's an All-American. On top of that, she has a full scholarship, athletic scholarship in multiple places from Sonoma, Cal State, Pomona. Those are just some of the things that come with what we do in athletics. The other thing is, I think, is the support that we get because Rob talked about their family as a small business when the pandemic hit, right? Well, their business basically closed. And yet they still can't find a way to come to school every day with the different help that we had on campus to make sure that they could get here and the free computers that we have so they could do their online work. I think it's so important that we all understand that as an athletic department or as a college, or more importantly, as a community, that we provide hope and opportunities for these young people so they can thrive. And I want to thank you as the board and the chancellor and our community that you continue to support athletics by passing bonds so that we have facilities, that we have a throw cage, that we have a shot put ring, that we have a field house. And that when we came back, and I know that was a struggle to come back, and I know Linda, Trustee Handy, and all of you helped us, Kevin and Trustee Polk, to bring us back when we were struggling, when our students were struggling at home during the pandemic and we weren't going to open up for a while, but we brought them back. And the reward is what we see now, 2 years later, with these two prime examples of what has occurred. So I want to thank you all for what you do, but most important, I want to thank the students like JoJo and Shona for what they do for us. It makes it so easy for me to come to work every single day. When you see people like that just want to, be great and follow and ask for help, and then we're able to provide it. I thank you all, and I want to give this time to Shona and to JoJo, but also I want to thank Rob for all that you've done over the last 4 years during your tenure. It wasn't easy because not only did you have to help students, as you know, I'm probably not the best guy on technology, and Rob helped me get my classes moved online and helped me learn how to set up Zoom and actually even do a YouTube channel. So he was not only doing his tenure with students, but he was doing it with faculty as well. So thank you, Rob, for all your help for me as well.
Do we have any other raised hands, Sasha?
Well, I did move over Shona and JoJo. So
Oh,
either
yes,
one
of
them,
course.
they
Go
can
ahead.
speak when they're ready.
Thank you. We can hear you.
Hi. You guys hear me? Sorry, I'm just leaving work.
Yes,
Yes,
we do.
we can hear you.
Okay. Hello, my name is Shona. I just want to go based off what Coach Beam and Coach Rob said. So yes, I am a thrower for Laney's track and field team. Athletics has helped me immensely, and my twin brother, support us and the resources that we get. I originally came to Laney just, academically, but I had talked to Coach Beam one day and Coach Rob, and they had, told me to join. And then I have gotten so far with my track and field career. Coach Beam had mentioned that I won first place for NorCal championship and placed third in state and All-American. I've gotten plenty of universities talking to me, and I soon will commit to Cal Poly Pomona. And I'm also graduating this week with an AA in science. And honestly, without the resources and, the support from coaches and staff, I truly would not have made it this far, and throughout the pandemic, it was definitely an outlet for me and my brother to come and, just get away for just the few hours in practice. And there's so many resources there. Like they give us paid BART cards for transportation because I take BART a lot. With classes, first come, first serve, we have so many resources, and Coach Beam and Coach Rob have truly helped me further my career. And I've also gained relationships that I will have for the rest of my life. So athletics has been a huge help and has basically changed my life at a JUCO, at community college. That was it. Thank you.
I gotta go. I love you.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I hope everybody heard that.
Okay, Joseph is next.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you guys all had a good day. My name is Joseph Christensen. I'm a former student athlete who has played under Coach Beam and have been involved in the Laney football program since the summer of 2017. I completed my coursework at Laney in May of 2021 and my final football season in fall 2022. During my time at Laney, I have managed to graduate with 3 associate's degrees in social science, communications, and language arts. Through the Laney football program and the support of the coaching staff here, I have recently accepted a scholarship offer with Chadron State College to continue my athletic and academic career for the next 2 years. Why did I choose Laney College to further my education and have the opportunity to play at the next level? Well, throughout high school, I struggled with academics, but I was still motivated to better myself and further my education. Not only did I know I would receive a good education at Laney, but I knew that Coach Beam would lead me down the right path. Through my own experience, I can proudly say that coming to Laney was the best decision I've made in order to meet that goal. Coach Beam has done a great job with us, with keeping us accountable for our schoolwork. He would always preach to us every day, you aren't just an athlete, you're a student as well. That's why you're called a student athlete. He'd make sure we maintain a GPA of at least a 2.8 or 3.0 or higher than that. And he gave us resources that were offered at school, such as tutors at the field house, food, BART, etc. He and the coaching staff also gave us nothing but their time to solely help us or find us help in order to succeed academically. I finished school with a 3.2 GPA. Aside from academics, Coach Beam and the coaching staff at Laney has played a big role in my success on the field. They set the bar high for me and held me accountable when I was slacking. And the tough love relationship me and Coach Beam has shared over the years has molded me into the athlete I am now. Coach Beam has been my biggest fan, but also my biggest critic as well. But if I were given the chance to start over and do it all over again, I wouldn't change a thing. I'm blessed and grateful for the experience Laney has offered me over the years, and I'm proud to say I'm a Laney Eagle for life. Thank you.
Does anybody else have any public comments to make? If you do, please raise your hand. I see no hands raised. Ready to move on.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's go ahead and move to 3.12, Chancellor's Reports. Chancellor Jackson.
Some indicated that this was the first time that they'd been out in a public setting on the district office in over a couple of years. So thank you all and congratulations to those faculty that were tenured and to the family members that were there to cheer them on. I'd like to start in reverse order from what we did earlier this afternoon. So I'd like to have the College of Alameda, which was last, and came in with a rousing applause and even got a chant going, Dr. Jones. So you would be first, and then we would be followed by Berkeley City College. Oh, I'm sorry, Merritt College. You're right, Merritt College, Laney College next, and then Berkeley City College because they were the first ones. So with that, I'll turn it over to the presidents. And then at the end, I just want to give a little shout out to our students. So I'll start with you, Dr. Jones.
Okay, good evening, President Reese, trustees, Chancellor Jackson, colleagues. Is it on? Okay, all right, good. Oh, no worries. Colleagues and guests, I'm pleased to provide this report for the College of Alameda. First, I would like to say it was a pleasure seeing and spending time yesterday with those of you who attended the Dr. Bill Rowley Golf Tournament. I thank all those that contributed to this event to provide needed scholarships for our terrific students. On May 5th, College of Alameda held an Education Master Plan Forum entitled Charting the Course for COA's Future. This hybrid event was a primer to the significant work to be done in the fall to update our educational master plan. The forum sought to update the campus community on the process to be used to update our master plan, and to review the revised timeline for getting this important work done. Also, to share some salient data and information that would influence key drivers of our work, and also to invite broad participation in the process by all stakeholder groups. I, along with our acting vice president for instruction, Dr. Barami, our vice president for admin services, Augustine Gill, our vice president for student services, Dr. Vasconcelos, and our director of planning and research, Dominique Benavides, made presentations and facilitated breakout room discussions. Next, I would like to highlight some past and upcoming events and celebrations. On May 4th, we celebrated or had our family night where we shared information with high school students and their families about the programs and services that we offer at the College of Alameda. May 18th, I was able to participate in the inaugural Puente banquet to celebrate the success of our Puente students. May 20th, we celebrated the retirement of faculty members Bill Andrews, Maylene Coffer, Dr. Phyllis Tappy, Juanita Tyree, Deb Green, and Bob Gill at our Emeritus Luncheon. It's the first time we've had the opportunity to have this event in the past couple of years. On May 21st, I was pleased to participate in the African and African American graduation celebration held on Merritt's campus and virtually. On May the 25th, we will recognize the hard work and dedication of our classified staff with a staff appreciation luncheon, as well as have a Cal Works and Next Up drive-through celebration. And on May 27th, we will hold our virtual commencement and Grad Fest event to recognize the accomplishments of our graduates. On May 28th, we will be holding our virtual Latinx graduation as well. In closing, to our graduates, congratulations. I wish you continued success and achievement in this new chapter of your life. To our continuing students, we look forward to seeing you for intercession, summer, and fall classes. Lastly, to our faculty, staff, and administrators, I would like to thank you for your great work this past academic year and your ongoing dedication to our students and college community. I wish you a wonderful and safe summer. This ends my report. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. To Board of Trustees, Chancellor, colleagues, community members, good evening. I want to begin this report by recognizing someone who, without fanfare, has done wonderful things at Merritt College over the past several months. And while the product of this person's efforts as a team leader has drawn accolades, his modest and unassuming nature often leads us to take his personal contributions for granted. So allow me now to formally acknowledge Mr. Nestor Alvarado. Now, Mr. Nestor has been employed for many years with the Department of General Services, the Grounds Division, but over the past several months, Merritt has become his home. And during these daunting times of the pandemic, Mr. Nestor and his team engaged in the difficult work of transforming the landscape of our college. And while many were away, he labored tirelessly to clear, plant, and beautify. And he always does it with a smile and a gentle word. So we want to thank him for that. And I appreciate the opportunity to give him his flowers for everything he has done to make Merritt Marvelous. Next, I'm pleased to share that on Tuesday, May 17th, Merritt College successfully submitted our application for the Hispanic Serving Institution Grant, HSI grant. So in undertaking this effort, we focused on our vision of creating an expanded educational space that will enhance outreach and in-reach services for our students. In addition, we know that the HSI designation will provide vital resources and funding to increase persistence and transfer rates, as well as career placement in high demand industries in our region. And finally, the HSI grant will strengthen the institution's infrastructure, effectiveness, and capacity to thrive, while also supporting the community at large with improved program quality and increased academic offerings. So we're looking forward to joining our sister colleges with that. Yeah, a little late to the party, but we're going to get there. And as such, I want to thank our VPSS, Lilia Chavez, for her leadership on this, as well as our Director of Research and Planning, Mr. Nathan Pellegrin, Executive Assistant Jamila Sela, and faculty members Mario Rivas, Marty Zelke, and Rosa Perez. And we should know the outcome of our efforts by the end of September. Finally, we had a celebration earlier today about those who got tenure, but I want to recognize 4 faculty members who are retiring at the end of this semester. Miss Jennifer Briffa, who's in child development. Miss Mary Sidio, who's one of our counselors. John Murphy in medical assisting, and Megan Talbot in nursing. With their respective departures, we lose not only decades of teaching experience and institutional memory, but also their commitment and affection for their students and our institution. So in the weeks to come, we're going to plan a retirement party that's befitting, their legacy and their efforts and what they're leaving behind. But suffice to say, in the meantime, we just want them to know that we respect them and they have our love and appreciation. So with that, that concludes the report from Merritt College.
Good evening, Chancellor Jackson, President Napoli Abella Reese, members of the governing board, students and graduates, colleagues in education, and valued community members. Tonight in the board report that I've submitted in writing, you'll find some updates about a paid internship to our journalism students from the Oakland side, particularly one for Mr. Lucrin Piper. Also a recap of our 5-10-day celebration that we had on the Laney College quad. Also, we have some end of semester data for you regarding our meal distribution efforts that have now come through our food pantry. And also some information about a very special award that I'll be referencing later in my report. Before I begin my prepared remarks, though, I would like to extend congratulations to not only to Shona Christensen, but also to Coach Beam and the staff within athletics at Laney College, just for the incredible efforts you make to have champions of all our student athletes. Speaking of champions and accomplishments, this Friday, May 27th, we're certainly looking forward to seeing everyone at 11 o'clock, as we will be handing out 710 awards to our graduates. And then once that live ceremony is completed, at 3 o'clock, there will be a virtual ceremony, which means that those collecting their diplomas and their certificates will be able to go home and see the ceremony via live stream, along with several graduation addresses by members of our campus community. Graduation activities have been going on in full swing at Laney College, and certainly I'll be providing a complete report of all the various events we had. But often here in Peralta, we're great when we do things together. And this past Saturday, the 21st, I was so appreciative of the folks at Merritt College, specifically President Johnson, Vice President Denise Richardson, Ramona Butler, Rose Allen, and others who hosted the Peralta District for the African American graduation ceremony. And I was so glad to be there and take part. And just have an opportunity to meet with so many graduates, not only at Laney, but at the other Peralta colleges, to just hear about their accomplishments, the blood, sweat, and tears, if you will, and as well as the next steps, hearing some things about going on to some fascinating transfer endeavors at UC Berkeley, at Cal State East Bay, and other places. And then also to hear from a few people about their exciting plans to start their own businesses. I thought those were some great things that happened. I also want to recognize, because I was not the only person from Laney who was there, I'd also like to appreciate Hope Lane, Kim Blackwell, Janelle Tillotson, Douglas Cobb, Shanice Milliken, and Becky Upsada, all of whom gave time on their Saturday to not only show up, but in many cases, prepare, set up, do takedown, do planning of the event. And like I said, I think we're all greater when we come together, and it was great. As Terrence Fisher mentioned in his report, on Friday the 20th, Laney College had its employee appreciation event. And this was actually the first time that as president, I got to do something in person with the entire campus community. So it was very exciting. The event began with something I can only describe as a kind of taste of Laney College lunch that was put on by our folks in food services. And it was, there were 5 stations set up. There was one that featured Jamaican jerk chicken. Another station featured food from Bali in Indonesia. Another one was a comfort food station with lasagna, fried chicken, garlic bread. There was a vegetarian table that had tofu and rice dishes. And then my personal favorite was the ribs with macaroni and cheese and cornbread table. So I think there's some exciting things ahead in terms of taste of Peralta, taste of Laney, and some wonderful things that we can potentially do. As we began kind of the formal part of our program, I think one of the most touching moments was the thunderous applause that was given to the entirety of our custodial staff that turned up for the event as we expressed our appreciation to them, as well as the years of service awards that were referenced earlier. And I would also like to extend my appreciation to Kin Tran for her 30 years of service. We honored our retirees. And then we also did something that's very Laney. We had our We Rise Awards, which are colleague nominated awards for kind of employee of the year. Among our student workers, Ms. Lita Hernandez was the winner. As mentioned earlier, a gentleman who seems to be everywhere on our campus, Mr. Louis Thrower, was the classified employee of the year. From the art department, Professor Martha Storm was our part-time faculty member of the year. And for the first time, we had co-winners for the full-time faculty member of the year. It ended in a tie. Although the math department seemed to reign, as both winners were from there, Professors Kyla O and Professor Fred Bourgoin also were awarded. And then finally, for Administrator of the Year, Amy Marshall, our Director of Facilities and Campus Operations, was the winner. There was a lot of planning that went into this event. We had a lot of fun activities. We even attempted the first ever Laney College employee softball kickball game, which I think we were all winners because nobody got hurt, which was good. And just overall, it was a great event, but you don't have things like this and you don't have 120 employees show up and take part without a great deal of planning. And the list of people who took part and with the setup, the takedown and everything is endless. But I would like to recognize in particular, one individual who was kind of the driving force behind this. And this was our classified Senate President, Ms. Hope Lane. She really just brought a lot of energy and just a lot of insistence that this first kind of all campus return event be a great one. And in my humble opinion, it truly was, thanks to the many who took part. Also, on May 13th, I'd mentioned in my previous report going to a great performance put on by our theater department. On the 13th, I was fortunate enough to go to the Laney Dance Department's end of semester show. And, you know, I almost felt like a world traveler as I saw the work that was put on by Professors Jacqueline Burgess and Andrea Lee, with lighting and sound from Mr. Alejandro Acosta. With the different types of dance, it was like you were traveling from Hawaii to see Hawaiian dance, to Africa to see African dance. And then if you wanted different types of dance, there was tap, there was ballet, there were lots of different things. And And it was just wonderful. And I'm so appreciative to our colleagues in the dance department who put it on. Clearly, if you are a student of dance, you get the whole spectrum if you sign up for classes there. And I think that's pretty awesome. If you don't have anything to do tomorrow at 2 o'clock on KGPC 96.9 FM, there will be the premiere broadcast of The President's Desk, which is a podcast that I'm pushing out there with the help and really support of our public information officer, Lorena Baldazzo. And I think that this is actually significant because I truly am fortunate to get the support that I am, because from the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, also known as the Emmys, Ms. Baldazzo, our public information officer, will be receiving the Governor's Service Medallion for outstanding service of time and talents. So definitely, if you happen to tune into the podcast, as far as the talent, it won't be with me. It'll certainly be with Ms. Baldazzo, our award winner. So with that, I'll conclude my report this evening.
Good evening, trustees, Chancellor Jackson, colleagues, and guests. In addition to the written report provided in the board packet, I want to share a few additional updates. First, as a mother of two young daughters, one in first grade and the other in sixth grade, I feel the need to begin my remarks acknowledging the tragic deaths of 18 children and 3 teachers at Robb Elementary School earlier today in Uvalde, Texas. This is being described as the deadliest school shooting since the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary back in December of 2012. And that one claimed the lives of 20 children and 6 adults. Uvalde, Texas is a Mexican-American community with first, second, third generation born citizens. And this tragedy hits me close. It hits close to home this evening. So I hope that every student, colleague, community member who has a child or a loved one in your home, but especially a young child, I hope that you're able to take an extra moment to hug them and love on them tonight. In what I hope is not too rough of a transition, I do want to share my sincerest and great appreciation for Director Lanice Jones, the entire foundation team, the Peralta Colleges Foundation board members, for their work in producing the largest student scholarship fundraiser of the year, the Bill Riley Golf Tournament. To our donors, your generosity, your financial contributions and time yesterday will ensure that students have an equitable chance at being successful at one of our colleges. It was a lot of fun, but more importantly, it was fun because we got to raise money for students. Lastly, I'd like to share a few facts about the 2022 graduates of Berkeley City College. So this Thursday evening, BCC is conferring a total of 631 awards this year, with 365 of those being associate degrees and associate degrees for transfer, and 266 certificates. 38% of those students, or 241, will earn completion with honors of cum laude, magna cum laude, or summa cum laude. 51% are first-generation college students, graduates. 64% identify as female, 32% identify as male, and 4% identify as gender non-binary. 19 to 24-year-olds make up 46% of the graduates, while 43% of the graduates are from 25 to 54 years old. Our youngest graduate this year is 16 years old, and 2 of our graduates are a ripe young age of 72 years old. 27% were enrolled in some combination of BCC and throughout our sister colleges. 30% identify as Latino, Latina, Latinx, 22% is white, 19% is Black, African American, 19% is Asian. And 100% of the graduates represent the very best of Berkeley City College and of the Peralta Community College District. We are just so proud of our graduates and look forward to celebrating them. It really does take every single one of us to support students across the commencement stage. Thank you to the BCC classified professionals, to the faculty, administrators for showing up every day to make educational dreams become a reality. I hope that you're able to join us on Thursday evening during our YouTube Live event for our virtual celebration and Friday afternoon for our in-person. Just congratulations on a wonderful semester and wishing all the best of summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Presidents. This is the time of year that we each get a chance to sit back and reflect over what we've accomplished this last year, both in terms of what we personally have accomplished as well as what we have been able to share with our students and our community. And I recorded for our virtual presentations a message that included a poem, and I'd like to share that because I think it speaks to all of us, whether you're graduating, whether you're continuing on as an administrator, as a faculty member, or as a classified professional. And the poem is entitled Perseverance, and I'll end with that because I think that's what we've done this last year, is to persevere against all odds, against things that sometimes are put in your way as a learning experience, challenges, loss of loved ones in some cases, friends and colleagues. But to me, in all of that, we have to persevere. So I'm just going to take, it's only about a minute long, and I'd like to just read that to you. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but do not quit. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you can never tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things go wrong that you must not quit. So to the graduating class, never quit. Always pursue your dreams. They are attainable. If you believe in yourself, others will too. And thank you. That concludes our report.
Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. And Presidents, I was here, even though I wasn't physically here, I was listening to all of your reports. So thank you for the reports today. And I just have to add additionally, Mr. Nestor, I saw your gardens. They were exquisite. So just another congratulations to you for that, and to all of our presidents and to all of our graduates. All right, let us move on to the consent calendar. I see nothing else on the agenda except our consent calendar and then our action items. May I have a motion? Thank you, Trustee Jenkins. May I have a second? Thank you, Trustee Withrow. All right, let us do roll call, please.
Student Trustee Hogan?
Yes.
Student Trustee Cooper?
Yes.
Trustee Withrow?
Yes.
Trustee Jenkins?
Yes.
Trustee Handy?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez Ewan?
Yes.
Trustee Delphine Polk?
Yes.
Trustee Napoleon Bellarice?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Let's move on to our action items. 8.1, consider readoption of resolution number 21/22-51 for District Brown Act covered legislative bodies to continue conducting meeting via teleconference per California Government Code Section 54953. And I'm going to give this to Natasha or to Chancellor.
Yes, thank you. I'd like to have our legal counsel, Natasha Sahid, to start out, and then I will just provide some information that was requested by the board regarding an informal survey that we conducted both in the Bay 10 and also with our internal constituency groups that are Brown Act compliant. So with that, I'll turn it over to Natasha.
Thank you, Chancellor. Good evening, trustees. This item is presented to you every 30 days since its initial adoption. And what it does is it permits the district to have its Brown Act compliant meetings, which include your board meetings as well as other shared governance meetings and other meetings of bond oversight committees and others in a hybrid fashion, which is what you're doing. You could have these meetings fully remote. You can have them in the hybrid fashion that you're having this meeting. And it allows for flexibility as the district continues to respond to and kind of learn, I think, in many ways to live with the continuing pandemic and the threats of COVID-19. We are recommending approval of this resolution while the district does look to continue becoming more and more open at the campus level to be able to serve all students. And to continue to allow that level of flexibility for all of the Brown Act compliant meetings. I do want to note, though, that there are two bills moving through the state legislature, which would have revisions that are proposing revisions to the California Brown Act that would then make this resolution unnecessary. Those are bills 1944 and 2449. Both are moving through the legislature. I'm not sure if 2449 may have recently been tabled, but they are seeking to amend the Brown Act in ways that would kind of instill some of the same flexibility that you use under the resolution into the Brown Act for a longer period of time without the need for a resolution on a regular basis. So that change is coming. The legislative process obviously goes through August, and then the deadline for the governor to sign or veto bills is at the end of September. And these are both bills that would have January 1st start dates if they are adopted. And so we will continue to keep you updated on the progress of those bills as well. Chancellor, let me turn it back to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Natasha. I did want to share some information. The board had asked us to reach out to our colleagues in the Bay 10 to find out what other college districts are doing. And so we did an informal survey when we just picked up the phone and called those CEOs or staff that we know at the different campuses. So we looked at the Bay 10. There are 21 colleges within the Bay 10. We got responses from 8 of those districts, 8 of the 10 districts. And so we got 18 response from the different colleges. The questions that we asked, and I'll just go over the questions. The first one was, do you have a mandatory COVID vaccination policy? All 18 have some form of vaccination policy, either cannot come on campus, which is ours, if you are not vaccinated, to a voluntary signature or sign that is outside the campus that says by coming onto the campus, you are agreeing that you are, vaccinated, to informal, where they ask if someone is coughing or sneezing, have you been vaccinated? And the individual shows proof of vaccination. So a lot of combinations and sway in that. The other question was, are employees back face-to-face? And again, there's a variance. Most of them said that they were back face-to-face. Some colleges said that it is a 5 days a week being operational, but that individuals within the operation may work up to 2 days at home with the approval of their supervisor. And I won't go into which colleges they were. I'll just try to give you the overall information. The others, there was one that said they're back 5 days a week. Everybody is back 5 days a week. And then I asked how long that had been, and that was starting in the fall of 2021. I asked if there was, our administrators are back. I was told some classified professionals are back. That was another variance. And then the other one that seemed to be is that most had been back since 2021 in some form or the other, if I could lump them all together. Some, again, fully operational, all administrators, classified professionals, and faculty based upon their assignments. Some were teaching wholly online, some were doing face-to-face, some were doing hybrid. So I really didn't get into a lot because of the right of assignment. I then asked if there was a masking requirement. As you know, we've been following the Department of Health, Alameda Health Department. In terms of that, we're a little bit more stringent than some of the other colleges. Some don't require masking. Some say it's optional. They strongly encourage people to mask, but it is not a requirement. There was others that said they require masking, and they also, like us, try to have a distance. Or if they're in the building, they're required to wear a mask. If they're outside the building, they are not, even though they're on campus. So again, a variance of that. Then the other question was, are you testing staff, students, or visitors? And if so, what is the policy? And again, most of the answers were no, that the campus is not 100% open. Students are to submit proof of vaccination, which is what we require, and have an approved exemption on file in order to register, but are not being asked or checked as they come on campus. So that's done on the registration side of the house. Screening stations are at key entrances, only done for visitors. Vaccinated employees have to wear a wristband. That was done by one. The other one, which is us, we have testing by Bright Star at the campuses, but we were the only ones that have actual testing on site. Others recommend that you go to your health provider, or they have a list of clinics that you can go to, but we were the only one that actually does the testing on the campuses. Then the last question had to do with board meetings. Are your board meetings or other participatory governance meetings being held remotely, hybrid, face-to-face? And what was the effective date? Most of them have either in person, starting in the spring semester. Most of them started in the spring semester. Others started in the fall semester, started with hybrid. Some have gone face-to-face. So again, it's a range, and I can provide this information, or I have provided this information to the board for your discretion. And then the other question that I asked had to do with something that we've been working on, which is a telework policy. And I asked if they had a telework policy or an AP or a side letter. Most of them said no, they did not have a telework policy. One other college district said that they're working on it, and they may consider that in the future. And then the others said they were in the process. Some said they were opening negotiations regarding it, but none of the colleges in the Bay 10 have a telework policy at this time. And then I said, are you testing staff, students, and visitors? And again, I got different answers related to that. Some said no, some said most of them said no, they are not testing like we're doing with Bright Star. They had other recommendations. They took an affirmation, like I said, walking on campus, but they were not actually going and testing on campus. But they did require individuals that were exempted or had an exemption to go in if they were unvaccinated and get tested, but that was on the individual. That was not something that was being provided by the institution. The other one survey that we did had to do with our own participatory governance bodies. We did, again, a very informal survey on that. And based upon the information that we received, it was, there were, I think, 28 respondents to that. We have 38 individuals or 35 individuals that are on our participatory governance council, our PGC. We also have the PBC, the Planning and Budget Committee. We have our Facilities Committee. These are district-wide committees, Brown Act compliant. I got one clarification. Screening is done by Bright Star for us. Testing is done by Virtual Health Solutions for Peralta. So thank you for that clarification, Chief Staff. And then our other committee is our Facilities Committee, Technology Committee, our District Academic Affairs and Student Success Committee, our Budget Committee, and our overall overarching committee, which is our Participatory Governance Council. So those were the bodies, as well as the District Academic Senate, because there's an overlap. All of the members of the District Academic Senate are also on the PGC. And so I can't give you a number because it was all anonymous. But based upon the feedback that we got, 82%, 82.1% of the respondents, of the 28 respondents that we had, responded that they would prefer a Zoom, a hybrid, and have the flexibility. So the question, it was one question. The one question was, do you think that all governance meetings should continue to be via Zoom? There was a question that said in person, all governance meetings should go back to being conducted in person. There was a question regarding hybrid that said all governance meetings should allow for a mix of both in-person and Zoom attendance. And then the last question was, excuse me, selection that they could make was flexibility. At least some governance meetings should be conducted in person, whereas to have the flexibility to hold others via Zoom. So that was the respondents from both our internal constituency as well as from our brothers and sisters at the other community colleges within the region to help the board in its discussion on this topic.
Thank you, Chancellor. That's very helpful. Let us do a motion first. Motion for this particular item because we didn't do that before the presentation. Thank you. May I have a second? Thank you, Trustee Jenkins. Now let's engage in the discussion. So we have some information here. We have survey results, both internal and external. Are there any questions or areas of discussion that we'd like to further expound on? Trustees? Okay, all right, then let us vote. Sasha?
Student Trustee Hogan?
Yes.
Student Trustee Cooper?
Yes.
Trustee Withrow?
Yes.
Trustee Jenkins?
Yes.
Trustee Handy?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez Ewan?
Yes.
Trustee Delphine Polk?
Yes.
Trustee Napoli Bellarice?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Let's move to 8.2, consider adoption of resolution number 21/22-66, declaring futility of soliciting bids and approving contract with Johnson Controls Fire Protection LP in the amount of $64,069.28 for Laney College Field House and Press Box Fire Alarm Panel Replacement. It's a mouthful. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Trustee Withrow. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Jenkins. Discussion? Seeing none, hearing none, being told none. Let's vote, please. Roll call.
Student Trustee Hogan?
Yes.
Student Trustee Cooper?
Yes.
Trustee Withrow?
Yes.
Trustee Jenkins?
Yes.
Trustee Handy?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez Ewan?
Yes.
Trustee Delphine Polk?
Yes.
Trustee Napoli Bellarice?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, thank you. We are on to 9.1, Board of Trustees reports. Let me go to Trustee Withrow. You have a report, Trustee Withrow? Okay, thank you. Trustee Jenkins?
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to take time to congratulate all our faculty members that earned tenure today. Congratulations. Sorry I couldn't be there with you in person to celebrate. I appreciate the work that you do to make our community grow and go. I also want to congratulate all the graduates. This is a special time. Take time to remark on it, enjoy it. My life moves by fast, so do take time for that. And then tomorrow, Trustee Delphine Polk and I will be having office hours at Rosenblum Cellars. Please check our Twitter for more information. Come out, come talk about anything you want to talk about regarding Peralta. Thanks so much, President.
Thank you. Trustee Gonzalez-Yuen.
Nothing tonight, thanks.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Handy.
Just one, I would like to say congratulations to all of our new tenured faculty as well, and a special shout out to all of our graduate students. I'm so proud of them. I will be attending a series of graduations, starting with Merritt tomorrow, and looking forward to that as well, and seeing our students receive their diplomas that they've worked so hard for during difficult times. I just want to comment on the Bill Riley golf tournament yesterday. It was an exceptional event. I have to give a shout out to Lanice Jones and the board that she has built. I think she's one of the most successful directors of the foundation board that we've had in the entire 20 years that I've been here. And they were just amazing. Everything was just right on point when we got there. And I also have to give a real shout out to all of our presidents, who I understand some had not played golf before, but on that exceptionally hot day, they were out there giving it a try. And I really enjoyed them. And despite what Nathaniel says, I was not mocking them. I was just being happy with them. So I don't have a number yet of how much money was raised, but it was just an incredible event. And again, our students are going to benefit from this. And there may still be an opportunity for some of you to look on the website at the silent auction items and see if there's anything left there that you could also contribute in that way. So that's my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Handy. Let us move on to Vice President Delphine Polk.
Yes, I want to congratulate and send appreciation to the first annual Puente banquet that took place this week. I couldn't attend due to a graduation ceremony in my own family, but I plan to be in attendance, and I'm really proud of the work that the Puentistas are doing in Peralta. I'm equally excited to celebrate the second annual Raíces Latinx Peralta graduation ceremony this Saturday. I'll touch a bit on that with my announcements, but I'm very excited to speak alongside all of the presidents and Chancellor Jackson. I want to thank everybody, all of our newly tenured faculty. Again, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to be there, but I do plan to reach out to everyone to offer my personal congratulations. It's a great accomplishment, and we're so happy that you're going to be continuing with Peralta. A lot of congratulations today. Congratulations to the students who are graduating, transferring, and going on to the next chapter in your lives. We are all very excited to see what you are all going to do next. And I want to send a special shout out to the faculty and staff who've taught, mentored, and guided all of our students throughout their careers here at Peralta. We appreciate you more and more as we move along, especially during graduation season. So thank you so much. As Trustee Jenkins said, he and I will be holding office hours tomorrow from 5 to 6:30 at Rosenblum Cellars in Jack London Square. We'll be posting that information on our Twitter accounts either tonight or tomorrow morning. We'd love to talk with you all. This will be in person. It will be outside for any COVID concerns that anyone may have. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And then thank you, Dr. Garcia, for lifting this up. I want to adjourn this meeting in memory of the 18 children and 3 adults who lost their lives today in Texas. This has been a very emotional day for me, and I'm just beyond saddened at this senseless act. So I want to adjourn in memory of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Delphine Polk. Let us do that. Let us actually just adjourn in memory of the students and the adults and their families. Life is so precious. We seem to be saying that so often because of things that are happening all around. And it's never something that we want to be experiencing, but our prayers, our wishes are warmth to all of the family. All right, let us move on to announcements, but maybe before we do that, let me just say 3 things. Number 1, in terms of our 19 tenure faculty, once again, I didn't get a chance to go to each and every one of our tenure faculty to say hello, congratulations, and a job well done. But I am so proud of you all. And I know that your family and friends have been really supportive. So I actually am I'm congratulating them too as well, because going through this process is a hard process. It's 4 years, it's arduous, it's a lot of time, and you learn a lot about yourself, sometimes things that you don't want to learn, but it's all good for us. And so congratulations, because it's an exciting, exciting day. And to our graduates, I am really excited to be here for the graduations. And I know that I don't think that we're going to be on the stage shaking hands. Of course not in the time of COVID, but for the in-person graduations, I'm excited to see the eyes, maybe some of the mouths and the joyousness that's going to be there for, again, a job well done for all of our graduates and our 74-year-old graduates and our young graduates and everybody. So that's really exciting. And then lastly, to not just the graduates, but all of the administrators, all of the faculty, all of the classified, everybody that helped our students make it through their paths. It takes a village. And, sometimes we forget to say that. And sometimes we get lost in the everyday kind of pettiness of things. But you all did this. We all did this. And all of our students are graduating as a result of coming together as a village. So with that, Vice President Delphine Polk, I'm going to give this to you so you can give us the
President Reese, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. We do have, I think, 2 student reports. I think both Trustee Cooper and Trustee Hogan would like to make a report. And this will be their final report as student trustees.
The student
Oh,
trustee
yes.
Hogan, please. I am so sorry.
I would like to congratulate the class of 2022 as well. It has been a very educational experience to serve on the board of trustees as a student. I want to send a special thanks to Trustee Handy for giving me tremendous mentorship and just lots of support this past year. I will be speaking tomorrow at our graduation at Merritt College, and I'm very excited to do that. Public speaking is not my strong point, but I'm going to put my best foot forward and send words of encouragement. Basically, that's it. I just, again, thank you all for having me, and I will be serving next year. This is not my last meeting, so I'll see you next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Student Trustee Hogan, and you're going to do fabulously tomorrow when you do your presentation and your speech. Student Trustee Cooper, you have a report?
Hello. Can you hear me all right?
We sure can.
Wonderful, thank you. Tonight, I would like to extend some heartfelt thanks, apologies, promises, and congratulations for my final report as a student trustee of the Peralta Community College District. I want to start by thanking my fellow students for blessing me with the opportunity to serve you. This experience has taught me so much, and I take the deepest pride in my time representing your needs, issues, dreams, and rights. Secondly, I want to apologize for shirking away from the good fight when I came under personal attack as a student for my efforts to serve you. Thirdly, I want to make 3 promises to you. First of all, though my time as student trustee is at an end, I assure you that my fight for the rights of my peers and our community here at Peralta is only just beginning. Secondly, that I am here and available to each and every one of you who need my support, advocacy, or just somebody to talk to via 510-500-5895. Lastly, I want to assure you that justice will be served. I will not sit idly by while our district and students are preyed upon, only for administrative predators to quietly resign with all of the benefits and none of the consequences. Student rights will prevail. In conclusion, congratulations to the incoming student leaders and the outgoing graduates of 2022. More than I wish for your success, I extend every faith and confidence that you'll go forward not only to succeed, but to transform and revolutionize the world around you. As we won't be holding meetings next month, I want to wish you all an early LGBTQ plus Pride Month and hope that you all have a lovely evening.
Thank you, Student Trustee Cooper. Okay, Vice President Delphine Polk.
Of course. Here are our announcements for tonight. Our enrollment is open now for summer and fall classes and COA intercession, where students can earn 3 credits in just 3 weeks. You can visit the college websites for more information. This is final exams week, and good luck to all the students taking exams. Congratulations again to all who will be graduating this week. Here is the schedule of events. Wednesday, May 25th, Merritt College in-person event, 1 p.m. at the Merritt College parking lot C. Thursday, May 26th, College of Alameda virtual commencement, 10 a.m. on Peralta's YouTube channel. Berkeley City College virtual commencement, 6 p.m. on Peralta's YouTube channel. And Merritt College virtual commencement, 6 p.m. on Peralta's YouTube channel. Friday, May 27th, College of Alameda virtual commencement, 10 a.m. on Peralta's YouTube channel. Laney College in-person event, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Laney Fieldhouse parking area. College of Alameda in-person celebration called COA Grad Fest, 2 to 4 p.m. at College of Alameda. Berkeley City College in-person post-commencement celebration, 3 to 5 p.m. at Merritt College parking lot C. Laney College virtual commencement, 3 p.m. on Peralta's YouTube channel. Saturday, Raíces Latinx graduation virtual commencement will begin at 1 p.m. It'll go until 3:30 p.m. via Zoom. Please visit the Peralta website for Zoom details. Peralta Community College District will be closed on Monday, May 30th in observance of Memorial Day. And lastly, the next meeting of the Board of Trustees will be on Tuesday, June 14th. Thank you very much.
Thank you. With that, we adjourn for the evening. See you all in a couple of weeks. See you all this week for the graduations.